Welcome to the Olympian Project. I'm Justin Ellis. This is Garrett Wiley, and today's episode is jam-packed. We're going to be talking about the new documentary that just came out, All in 3, featuring Patrick Vellner, Brent Fikowski, and Emily Rolfe. We're going to dive into a list that I found online about the top 25 fitness fads of all time. And for those CrossFit Willis members, at the end of the episode, we are going to dive into our in-house competition, what that's going to involve with, and how you're going to have to set up for that. All up.
Yeah, it's playing in my head right now. The virtual memory intro.
Bank. So, Gary, how are you today?
Feeling good. It's Wednesday, halfway through the week. It feels like the week just started, so
Yeah,
it's all good.
So, that's true. With Monday being Labor Day, we had a short week. We're still getting a podcast in this week. I'm pretty excited about that. I always enjoy doing these things. So
You don't sound like it. You sound
do I sound?
You sound tired, bro.
It's sarcasm, bro. It's sarcasm. No, I always like this because I just like talking in general. So, segment number 1, we're gonna dive into a documentary that actually my wife pushed me onto, and it was this Fikowski and Vellner documentary, not podcast.
Which is kind of unfair because they also brought in, what's her name?
Emily Rolfe.
Rolfe.
Yeah. I got to go through all 3 episodes. There's 3 episodes. They're actually not real long. They're under 30 minutes long. So you don't have to spend a lot of time here, but it basically is time travel from as far back as Fikowski. Actually goes as far back as them both being cut at the games last year. Well, how did you feel about those cuts last year?
Well, we've talked about that more than a few times.
times,
Talked
yeah.
about the cuts. And they also talked about it in the newest documentary. So, but this goes a little bit past that. The documentary focused on, at the time, how they were feeling, and you could tell they were pretty heartbroken.
How did you feel
Fikowski
about it,
shed a
though?
few tears. I shed a few tears.
But just to to get everybody up to pace, what happened at the games, because that's kind of the first episode, and it builds into this whole, I don't know, kind of series that they built of their characters. And so I want you to kind of express your feelings on the 2019 games with the cuts and leaving out 2 really podium guys out of the top 10. What were your emotions that day, Gary?
That day, that weekend, that fateful. I hated it. I had it's the worst games. A little harsh, but I mean,
You might be right, though.
if your top 10 fittest athletes, what you claim to be the fittest athletes, based on your definition
Fitness.
of fitness, don't actually represent the top 10 fittest athletes based on your definition, then you messed up.
Yeah.
And I think everyone realizes that. They realized it. It seems like, I think they didn't realize it. I feel like they were
Maybe not in the
they were a
moment.
little hard on themselves right after.
Who, Vellner and Fikowski?
Yeah.
They didn't realize they should have been?
No,
In
I
the
think they
top-
were harder on themselves than they should have been, is what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Well, no, we agree on that, and I just wanted to get a little bit of a Garrett rant to start this episode. But in all reality, I think we both agree, like, the cutting board was a sprint, 20-second. I don't even remember how long it was, like under 20-second workout.
Yeah.
And that's what
he
cut
grazed,
a lot of people.
He grazed the line of the sprint with his pinky toe, and that got him out of the game.
We see those a little differently. If there's rules, there are rules. Like, that going into it. So I don't. They got cut because they broke the rules. But it's just the whole concept.
Just think
is
about
bad.
that, though. You're eliminating this guy who is extremely fit out of your top 10 fittest athletes because his foot slightly stepped over a line.
Right.
Like, that's the determining factor that gets you out of the top 10. You screwed up, right?
Right.
Like that, I think we can agree on that.
100%. So that goes down to programming. I don't want to hear bitching and complaining about when the rule says you step on the line, you get DQ'd for that, or there's a penalty.
Yeah.
I don't.
If there's a penalty, there's a penalty.
Right.
But also the penalty was so
But-
drastic.
In hindsight, we can argue that the programming was bad, or at least the timing of the cut for that. Like, if that's early on in the games and it still has all the same rules, nobody's talking about it. You know, I think there's some points to be made, lost, whatever, but your whole games weekend wasn't over, and theirs was. So anyway, really what that dives into is this, they start off their whole series, their episode 1, with them highlighting the fact that they were cut, and they have completely fallen apart because of it. And, of course, this is some sarcasm into their video. But it's hilarious because they go into this, like, 80s montage of dancing and video games. And
it's a very lighthearted tone. There's, like, skits and stuff involved, and it's super fun. Like, that was my favorite part, was the skits.
No, exactly.
Between episodes 1, 2, and 3.
If you're a CrossFit fan, this is a must-see, I think, series. But for sure, the first episode, give it a shot. The first 10 minutes, you're not going to be disappointed. It is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I think it fits right into my mindset, or our mindset, of how a video should be done nowadays.
The comedy was great. Like, if you think,
And
like,
they
a
acted
Marvel movie comedy, like, that's what it was for me.
Yeah.
Like, they hit every comedic part perfectly.
No,
it was so good.
I agree. And, like, but they did it really, it was well produced. Like, they acted really well. I mean, again, we'll show a clip here because I think it's a must-see thing, but the acting, the dialogue actually was done really well by Brent Fikowski and Pat Vellner, which means they probably had some pretty good leadership in the production of all that. If you haven't heard of this documentary, if you haven't seen it, we both suggest that you check it out. Hilarious content. I'm going to have to see more from these guys, too.
Yeah, I got to say, my favorite part of the documentary, the thing that, like, blew me out of my seat, was in episode 2, Emily Rolfe's quarantine gym is in a freaking parking garage, dude. That is incredible.
Yeah, she I guess rented a spot in the parking garage and has a squat rack. I mean, it's just the perfect width of a barbell and everything.
Oh, it's so good, dude.
Yeah.
It literally,
dedication.
Like, you know that scene in, like, Avengers or Doctor Strange where the lady hits Doctor Strange and his like body flies out of his real body? Like, that's what happened to me when I saw that. For real.
Yeah, I don't know if we can all relate. I'm not as a big Avengers, not DC, Marvel. Is that Marvel?
Yeah.
Okay. Not as big a fan there. I have seen Doctor Strange, so I get where you're coming from. You were very taken,
dude. It was
back.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Like, if she could be that fit, still that fit, and that's what she's working with, that just goes to show you it doesn't take a whole lot except hard work.
We're going to put a link in the description of this video, and we have no connections with these guys, but it is something to see.
We're actually best friends with all 3 of them.
Oh, yes. We hang out all the time here in Texas while they're in Canada. But no, it's one of those things where it's got enough comedy. Of course, this is all going on and talking about the pandemic, the stay-at-home. They lightly have some comedy about that. I think it was just enough. It was just right. They talk about the Greg Glassman, the BLM, all those things, and kind of what was going on behind the scenes and in their heads, too. And like it or, agree or disagree, I think you get some insight of what was going on for some of these pro athletes during this time. So a lot of comedy, a lot of good insight. And, I mean, up to date, we still don't know what's going to happen in the games. I think we got a better idea. We got a better idea. But that doesn't mean, the track record right now says it may change within, the next day or two. You never know. So hopefully it doesn't. At this point, we're getting a very micro games with 5 athletes when it happens
in the finals. I mean, it's basically the same thing that happened last year. They're cutting down to the top 5.
That's true. That's not much different. Next segment, we're going to dive into it because that's all we want to give you on that. We want to make sure you go check it out on YouTube. All in 3.
Let us know what you think. Leave a comment if you have seen it.
Yeah,
of course.
And hopefully we're not doing too much CrossFit elitist snobbery right now. Although, health and fitness entertainment, there's a lot of entertainment coming from the CrossFit side. So hopefully we're going to touch base with a lot of this other stuff in health and fitness over the years. And we've got a list today. The 25 biggest fitness fads of all time. This is done by Men's Journal. I'm not real sure when the
it
list
doesn't have a publication date.
Yeah.
They don't want you to know when it came out.
I'm going to say it's probably pretty old. And at least, this is a list of all time, so I could be wrong, but there's some old equipment in here, and I think it's going to be pretty
Some that I've
exciting.
never seen.
Yeah.
Older than me.
It may actually 100% going to be older than you. You were born in no, you weren't even born in the 90s. You were born in 2000.
01.
01. So you're definitely going to see some stuff on here that you've never used or even seen physically. So let's go down this list. We're not going to talk about every single item because I don't think we're going to have the time to, but definitely want to get into a couple of these objects here. Number 1 on the list, have you ever seen the Bowflex home gym?
I've seen a Bowflex in person, actually.
Oh, you've
Yeah.
even put your hands on it?
My uncle owns a Bowflex, I think, still.
Really?
So
have you ever got on it?
I've never got on a Bowflex.
Is it scary? I think
it's intimidating.
It's
intimidating. Like a spider, like a tarantula.
To me, it's
thing.
Always looked like a bow and arrow thing. Like you got to pull these things back.
That
to
guy's
create
jacked
tension.
Though. If he's jacked using the Bowflex,
Here goes Gary's mentality. Anything you see on TV is real. Bench press.
He's even smiling.
Yeah.
They're like touching him while he's doing it.
Now,
it's a good time for everyone involved.
Oh, yeah. So looking at this contraption, watching this guy do it, we're going to have to do this really kind of fast.
I mean,
buy or sell on the Bowflex home gym. What you know, what you see.
Here's the thing. Like, you could do good movements on it, but you don't know how much weight you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the thing.
I think
you can't overload. You can't progress.
Right.
It's not.
You're not going to do like a percentage
You're
like
better
week
off
to week.
getting a regular cable machine.
Yeah, and I don't know the 100, exactly what the price is, but I'm pretty sure these things were pushing $1,000 at one point, maybe more. And the thing about it, like you said, I think they had estimate, tension, kind of like bands do, like certain poundage tension. But yeah, I'm gonna say I've been around these before. I've seen people get whacked in the face.
See, look, you're doing lat pull downs. Like, that's a good movement.
For the money, and
but
I'm going to
you
just say,
overload.
For the money, I know these were expensive because I was never going to buy one of these. I'm going to be on the sell on this one. I'm not.
But
gonna
also,
buy.
It's like bands, right?
It is basically the same.
So
theory.
yeah, at the top of any movement that
You've
do,
lost all
you have
your-
no. So eventually, you're losing a lot.
Yeah, you're. Is it what you're only working the eccentric and not the decentric?
Well, no,
of
you're
the
working.
movement?
Well, so the thing with like any bands or stuff you do, the tighter the more tension you have on the
Right.
band, the more you're gonna get out of it.
Right.
So eventually, you're gonna get to the point where the bottom of that band, like you're not getting anything there.
Right.
So you're gonna be weak there at that first push. That initial.
Not only that, but when you start to come back in, it's like the ratio, like the tension is highest at its peak and it's less in the beginning. So like you said, like the beginning of that muscle movement, you're not getting as much. So again, we agree that bands are good substitutions, but maybe
it has its place.
It has its
but,
place.
Overall,
Overall, one gym,
You can't
no.
use them forever.
Yeah.
Taibo.
Taibo, did you ever
like
hear
karate?
about this? It's got a link here, and I can't click it, I guess. So Taibo, yes, is basically karate. We won't
Cardio
go-
boxing.
We don't have an image here, but it was very popular. DVDs, VHSs, at home, in your living room type stuff. I will say this
It's
again.
like P90X, but
100% P90. It was before P90X.
Yeah.
I thought it was always creative. Was it Billy Blanks? Does it say what
It's
his
like
name was?
Mr. Billy
Yeah,
Blank.
Mr. Billy Blanks. That dude was up pace, ready to
It's
go.
like
Kind of scary.
It's like the kids games you could get, like the DVDs, and it comes with like a blow up punching bag.
yeah.
You know those? They made like a Spider-Man one. You punch a Venom.
Yeah.
You remember those?
They
You
didn't
ever
have
seen
any of
those?
that though in there.
Yeah.
This was like you were in front of a screen and you were just punching air and kicking and doing that stuff. I've done it before. It's gonna get your heart rate up.
Yeah. Well,
still think
a lot of things can get your heart rate up.
that's true. That's true.
If I take a big enough poop, my heart rate gets up.
You may have a problem. I feel like my heart rate goes down when that happens. But all right, moving on. I'm gonna say again, as a supplemental piece of equipment, you probably paid $30 for Taibo compared to the hundreds and almost
I don't know.
$1,000.
It's hard to say because like nowadays this would be like a subscription based
That's
model.
true. That's true. Yeah.
Like wasn't P90X even a subscription based?
Now
it is.
It wasn't initially. I think you paid like $160, $180 to get all the P90X. Now you pay like $14 a month, and I think I'm out on that because what they want you to do is pay that subscription and never come back to it. Never cancel it basically.
Moving on to the vibrating belt.
I will say this: look at the
JC
price.
Penney.
Look at the price right out the gate. Back then, This is in the '60s. $140.
I kind of want to try one. Where can I find one of those?
Yeah, at flea markets, and they probably don't work. But I've seen it. I've seen these
relic.
before. It is. It is a relic in the fit. And think about fitness back in the '60s too. I mean, they didn't have it all figured out yet. We still don't.
They didn't know nothing.
Yeah, $139. They got 2 belts, 2 post massagers. So in theory,
they found one on American Pickers, is what it says.
Oh, right. Okay, that's what I was going to say. I thought I saw it on TV. What you're looking at right there is basically stimulation of the muscles.
What it says is bulky strap that was that was to be worn around the waist was designed to jiggle the living crap out of you until your belly fat melted away. Pretty
right.
The science is there, I think.
Yes, is it? Jiggle the fat away?
Jiggle it away.
I think the science...
I mean, there are plenty of people out there that still think that if you work out your abs, and that's how you burn belly fat. So
right. No, 100% people
think of what they were thinking
crunches.
back then.
You had no clue. I mean, you shake your arms, they become fit.
Yeah.
The science behind it is stimulation. And I think it's kind of the early precursors of like the stim machine. So like you got the pads with the little. Now you can get them.
Yeah,
for $20.
That's the modern day vibrator belt.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I'm sure it goes a little, but I would say this is kind of the first phases of that. They were stimulating muscle by not moving with this little shaker, and literally it was just a motor that jiggled you. So I'm sure you were contracting somewhat. I'm selling on the vibrating belt.
I don't think I've bought one.
Yeah.
Body by Jake.
This is another.
First off, his name's Jake,
which gives you all the indications that he's going to be a badass.
What is it? What is this?
So this is DVD.
Okay.
TV. We're not going to be able to. I don't know why the links aren't working.
Wait,
on this.
the uncle of actress Haley Steinfeld.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, this is a big guy in Hollywood. Looks like.
Yes.
Helped Harrison Ford get fit for Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom.
I don't know Body by Jake.
His voice to a character in Ratatouille.
I don't know Body by Jake as much as Tybo, so I have really nothing to say about this one. He was a bigger guy.
Let's move on to this next one because I like the look of this next one.
The Thigh Master.
The Thunder Thigh Master. That was the second version, actually.
Was it? Suzanne Summers. She was a big actress.
Oh, there's a video
80s,
here.
90s.
So what is
that's
this?
enticing already. Well, look at that. Look at that one piece, and that's
Suzanne
Summers
in the 80s, dude.
Yeah. Look at
the
dude,
80s. It's what? Where have I seen this? Wait, this was
is
in
old school,
This
bro.
was in the documentary at the beginning.
Yeah.
Of All In.
Yeah. They used all 80s and 90s stuff.
Yeah, but wasn't this also in The Office at one point? I feel like I've seen this on.
The Thigh Master has been around so much longer than you.
Thigh Master.
It was a legit deal, bro.
Did she put it in her pants? Is that where she stores it?
No, you can bring it wherever you want, and you can spread them and squeeze them, basically, the whole time.
Please tell me, like, back then you saw people just at the beach doing this, because that's hilarious.
I can't say I did. This was really popular in the 80s, and look at the personal trainer helping her use the Thigh Master.
It's a very complex machine.
This is getting really weird. Look at how they stare at each other. He can do some curls.
That's so awkward, dude. What is that?
He's trying to make his move, bro.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You have to be in a seductive position and
eBay.
Everything. Oh, yeah.
eBay was around?
Thigh Master's still kicking, bro.
Okay, moving on.
Buy or sell?
I think I'm going to get one tomorrow, actually.
Yeah.
I think we got to do a How Not to CrossFit, a Thigh Master edition.
There's been people who use the Thigh Master in a lot of different ways.
Aerobics.
This is another video, so we're going to move past that. Let's go to number 7.
8-minute abs.
8-minute abs. And this is a DVD as well, but they do have a video we can check out here. You should warm up. And
warm up your abs.
Don't go past it said don't go past to where you feel uncomfortable.
I'm already uncomfortable. after Thigh Master.
Hey man, I'm telling you right now, the Thigh Master probably made
They
a lot
weren't
of
even
babies
using it
in the 80s
on
and
their
90s.
thighs.
The Thigh Master,
Dude,
was
it
killing
was,
it.
pause this real quick. It was freaking SpongeBob. I've seen it in SpongeBob. There was a SpongeBob episode where Patrick was using it on his glutes.
I
In between
guess.
his cheeks, dude.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen
I don't
that?
watch SpongeBob. Never have. But here's the thing about it.
Oh my god.
You've seen it more than you think.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's such a huge fad that everyone's made fun of it. So you've seen it before, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we've got two dudes, very tight pants next to a golf course in like Bentwater. And they're out there on their yoga mats.
Basic crunch.
8 minutes.
Okay. Is this a full workout video?
This is the full 8-minute abs workout video.
Let's see how complex it gets.
Well, it's the basic crunch.
He doesn't even show his abs, dude. This guy probably doesn't even have abs.
Well, there's a guy in the background that does, apparently.
Oh.
That guy.
He doesn't, though.
Look at the camera work, bro. That makes it really
His
awkward
hair
for everybody.
has more structure than his abs.
This is 90s. This is 90s.
Okay, so
Just got the short haircut.
low intensity.
Very low. Reverse crunch. It's so close on the camera work. I have no
Yeah.
clue what I'm looking
I
at.
wonder how close they were. They probably didn't even have Zoom back then.
That's true. They literally
They were just up there in them.
This is odd. Push throughs.
Like, dude, what if aliens saw this?
Yeah. I think they would be turned off from our,
They'd never come
our
back.
breed.
They'd be so scared. Okay, I think we get the
Seen
gist.
enough. This is another one I would be out on. I never really was a big video person. Number 8 making the list: roller skating, roller blading. Is that a fitness fad, or is that just like something people like to do?
That's
Now I have to question this list. I have to question it.
yeah, we can move on. Everybody likes roller derby blading.
Oh my god. Say
Roller
your words.
roller.
I mean, can you get fitness out of it? I mean,
No.
yeah.
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
You
You're not even. You're literally on wheels.
Yeah, but if you're really getting, I mean, have you ever been on roller skates? Your legs will burn.
Like when I was in middle school.
Yeah, nothing hurts then, but do it now. If you weren't, it says right here, if you weren't smoking pot or having sex, that
What
is,
it says?
and easily made the leap from family activity to burn some calories. I don't know what they're talking about. Anyway,
Now I get it. It makes sense.
shake weight.
Shake weight. I've seen this.
Yeah,
There's no video here. Everyone's seen the shake weight.
makes no. Again, it's a stimulation machine. It's the bands shaking your ass, but now this is shaking your
Yeah.
arm. So. Oh,
Diet
making the
pills.
list. Diet pills.
I take these.
Do you? You don't need to.
Yeah, that's my problem.
Quit taking them. Here's the one you wanted to see. Absculpt.
So this
ab
was
sculpting.
also in the video.
The
Fikowski
documentary.
used this too. Now I've never seen this before.
Stop. Hit the button. Your hair just went nuts with your headphone. We'll just start at ab roller. We talk. Oh, diet pills. Who cares? A 3, a 2, a 1.
The ab roller. I've seen. No, this was in the documentary.
Yeah, it was.
Fikowski was using this, and he lost all his fat.
Which
using
is funny that you this was amazing to you, but again, this was a huge fad in the 80s, 90s, probably
I just
90s.
can picture this in every middle-aged woman's home back then.
You know what's funny about it too is it takes up so much space. Like really, where are you storing that? You can't put it in a closet really. Look how big it is.
He could.
He's got weights on it. That's what that was. He had weights. So you're doing an easier crunch, but then yet you add weight to it. That kind of seems counterproductive.
Yeah. Like, you could just not have it. You could do all of it without it, right? Pretty much.
What is no strain?
You get a headrest. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Isolated side obliques.
Yeah. This is
This thing sucks.
add weight.
This isn't even fun to make fun of.
I thought it would be more fun to make fun of, but it's not. Are we
Punishing push-ups.
Hey, verbiage is sells,
Deep dips.
Real deep.
What else we got? Biceps. That's
He's
it.
only ever used the ab roller, too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I mean, why would he use anything else
When you look like that,
when you look like that?
all you need is this one half curvature item.
He even uses it to comb his hair.
So, I'm out on the ab roller. I don't care how much it is. It's not for me.
Now
Wii
this
Fit.
I got
What?
plenty of stuff. Dude, I freaking Wii Fit. Are you kidding me? That was
Never
the
did it.
best game on the Wii. You never did Wii Fit?
Mm-mm.
Do
I
you
never
ever
had
own a Wii?
Never had a
Dude,
Wii.
Wait, I feel like we had one up here at one point. Am I crazy?
My mom had given me a Wii Fit to put up here, but I don't think I had all the
Oh.
pieces to it, so I never.
Yeah,
looked it
man,
up.
Wii Fit. I mean, it's essential. Like, you didn't really get fit at all doing
It
it.
was fun though, right? I mean,
It is fun.
But again, think
They had
about
like
this.
the hula hoop. Like their idea was like just get people moving, and they think they're burning. Like there was a hula hoop game where you just literally spin your hips in a circle without a hula hoop.
But think about the kids that don't literally move. So it's a good idea
Yeah.
to get some activity going. I mean, we're talking about people being chronically stationary. I mean, if they got into it, that's good.
Yeah, I remember doing it, thinking I would get like jacked as a kid. Never did. Never did get jacked. Boot camps. This isn't.
Fitness
I mean,
fad.
that's basically CrossFit.
Yeah, no, it is 100%. It's saying it kind of
Wait.
hit popularity in the 90s. I don't remember that so much, but I was pretty young. And then it's saying it came back up in 2000s, but
They're
I would agree.
all mid squat or they're either mid squat or at the bottom of their squat.
probably the bottom.
Which
Probably the bottom. If that's the 90s, that's the bottom. Oh, we can win something. We're going to try not to. Power plate. Now, this is interesting.
What
This
is
is
that?
also another shaker.
Oh my God, I've seen one of these.
Vibration technology. Have you ever been on one? You know what's funny is I walked
I
into a
have
gym
been on one,
and I've
dude.
seen people just sitting on it.
I've been on one.
Oh, really?
My grandma had one.
Dude, that's an expensive machine, I think.
And it was the same. It was exactly like this. When did this come out?
With two guys next to it?
Yes, 3 guys. Me, my dad, and Nick were all on it at the same time.
Power plate vibration technology. You know, and for those that don't like CrossFit, I probably look like one of these douchebags right here. You know, all into
Dude,
what I do.
That thing
but-
gets some shake into it, dude.
But what,
It'll
again,
dude.
it's
You think
that
that vibrator
stimulation.
belt will give you a shake? This thing will give you. It'll shake you from from toe to forehead, dude.
Oh, yeah?
Just a full shake. Really gets in all the
scary.
deep crevices.
So why is he doing push-ups on it? So is it shaking while he's doing that, probably?
Yeah, no, of course.
So you're
Because
just...
that's the only way to build muscles. Just shake.
Exactly. So I'm guessing the constant recalibration is the advantage here. Is that in theory?
What?
He's constantly having to recalibrate his straight position, right? Because it's being it's shaking. Is that maybe the theory?
I don't think so. I think it's for like, because how often do you work out your bones?
In what way? What bone?
Yeah, giving your bones a nice shake, making
Oh,
sure they're not
okay.
so brittle,
Shaking them old bones.
You
Oh,
know,
I've heard of that. Shake them old
shake
bones.
the bones.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the advantage.
I don't think he
here.
understands how this works. He keeps doing push-ups on it. You can do push-ups on anything.
Well, here's the thing: if you're doing push-ups on it, you're not just It's a full body workout. It shakes you from head to toe.
That's like building that's like saying the bike. You can do lay it on its side and do push-ups on it. You can do push-ups on anything.
But does it shake you?
And how bad is his elbows
getting a
going
glute
out? He looks
workout
like he's
right
going
now.
to throw his shoulders out.
He's not even going all the way down.
Well, all right, I'm out on this. It looks like a $5,000 machine.
If he went all the way down, he'd probably shake a tooth loose. That's how hard that thing shakes.
Does it? Yeah. Pilates.
I know nothing about Pilates.
Don't care.
Nordic track.
Run around in the same spot all day long. I'm out.
The only reason I know what that is because that the Eminem Machine Gun Kelly beef.
What?
Remember that?
Nordic track?
He made fun of his
Nordic track is still a huge thing.
It's just a treadmill, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a brand.
Yeah.
Couch to 5K. I'm sure that's a program. Yep, it's a program designed to get to...
Get you off the couch.
Yeah, whatever. Cleansing, juicing, that's still a thing.
Stupid.
Yeah, I'm not huge. I mean,
Stupid.
maybe for like a day or two. I don't think it's terrible. Like an actual cleanse, but some people live by it, and I'm not
Yeah,
sure I could do that.
stupid.
Medicine's balls are not a fad.
Just eat.
All right, we're going to check out one more video here. Sweating to the oldies, Richard Simmons. Richard Simmons was the
my
first of
God.
the first, I think.
What is this?
Let's take a look. Have you ever seen Richard Simmons?
I heard the name.
Old Dick Simmons?
Heard the name.
Well, that's him.
Is that him?
Yeah, he's never looked any different.
Yeah.
And
He's always wore those clothes, right?
100%. It
He's
doesn't
always-
look any different. He wears the short shorts and barely the
Oh.
shirt.
Oh.
Dude, I'm telling you,
That'll
if
burn
you
some
haven't checked
calories.
out Richard Simmons, look at the guy right behind him on the left. No, he's so enthusiastic. I don't know how you
love
haven't
it,
seen
dude.
this.
I love it. I'm gonna go home and watch every episode,
You will find
every video.
out
that I
something
can
about
find.
yourself if you do that.
I mean, they're into it, dude.
This guy was huge. I mean, one of the
Oh,
biggest.
the air guitar.
This guy's one of the biggest all time. Richard Simmons. I believe he's still alive. Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome. I could watch this all day for real.
Yeah, well, we're not. Okay, that's going to be our list of fads. And there's 25 of them. We didn't hit the whole list. You can check it out. We'll put the link up for that as well. The Men's Journal. Don't know when that was.
Wonderful, dude.
I think there's some more fads
so
that could be added.
I'm so glad that what came of that was I know who Richard Simmons is now.
Yeah, no.
Sweating to the oldies.
Yeah, that guy is a superstar. He's definitely a superstar in the world of fitness. You know what? I think this is no better time than now. I'm going to present you with something that I found while at
about
a
this.
huge flea market in around the Tyler area.
Yeah.
I found something that I thought, and I don't even know if it's actually the real thing or not, but I'm going to show you.
Oh god, I'm nervous and excited at the same time. It's a weird. Oh god, what is
Camera
this?
me?
I can't see it.
I found these
Just-
at a
Are these comic books?
These are comic books.
Oh, what are they, dude?
What do you think they are?
Yeah, I hope it's some Marvel comic books.
It's not.
Dang it!
It's DC.
Second, Batman.
Nope. But he's involved in it, I think. Anyway, I found some original, old school. I don't know when they're from. I don't see a date here. But if you take a look at this camera here, Karate Kid.
Yo, what?
Karate Kid comic books.
It's not the real Karate Kid.
It's not, I don't think
It's
it's
not
that
the real
Karate Kid.
Karate-
But it's
it's
a
not-
superhero
It's
Karate
not
Kid.
Daniel LaRusso.
No.
But
I found these
That's
at some dude's
awesome.
stand here. Okay. I
from the
found these.
Legion of Superheroes comes smashing into our time.
Have you ever heard of this guy?
No.
Right. These are pretty old. I don't see where the date is. They were 35
For a
cents.
minute, I thought it was real Karate Kid because I know there was a Karate Kid TV show, like the Karate Kid that I like.
No, so it's something about from the Legion of Superheroes.
That's
And Karate Kid, I feel like I don't know much about comics, but there's Superman.
yeah.
Who's that guy and that girl? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even
a lot of Superman. If he goes toe to toe with Superman,
He's pretty
he's got to be
freaking
pretty
legit.
good. He's got to be pretty good at
But
karate.
I think he's a part of their group.
Wanna
And
see
this
that one?
this is before Karate Kid was even.
Is it?
Yeah, this has got
This
to
is
be from the
before the Karate
60s and
Kid?
70s, bro.
It doesn't say. It
Yeah,
doesn't
if
have
you
a
take a
publishing
look.
date or anything.
No, it doesn't. But these comics were 30 cents, 25 cents. I'm sure we could find it. But anyway, I think we're going to put these up on the wall somewhere.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Of course.
So some swag for the studio.
Course.
Karate Kid. He's a huge Karate Kid fan, by the
Yeah.
way, if y'all didn't know that.
Yeah. That's a topic for another day.
Another day that I'll be absent for that day. All right. What do we want to end it up, guys? For this podcast is going to be for some of the CrossFit Willis members, and we're going to talk a little bit about the upcoming event that we've got October 3rd. It's a team in-house competition, and are you going to be doing this competition?
I will not, but
No?
I will be there, of course. Got to support the peeps.
Well, why not?
Mainly, well, I don't know.
It's a one-day comp.
Here's a one-day comp.
Here's what we got going on, guys. October 3rd, 3-person teams. And on that team of 3, it can be co-ed. however you want to build it. Of course, women will have their weights and calories if we use any of that stuff. So there's going to be considerations there. But out of those three, you're going to have different experience levels that you have to build your team. So there's a Class A, Class B, and a Class C athlete. Class A athletes will be from 0 to 16 months. That's a year and a half. Sorry, not quite a year and a half. Then you go from 17 months to a 30, I think I said 36, yeah? So up to 3 years. So that year and a half mark.
So that'd be me.
About 3. You're in that one.
Yep.
And then you have your 36 months and up, right? So anybody over
The
3
old
years
people.
of experience. Not necessarily. I mean, Gabe is over, 5 years. He's still 24 years old. So it's going to go based on experience level. We'll have an RX division and we'll have a scale division. So, even if you've been doing CrossFit for a long time, you still may not have mastered everything. And so that scale division might be right for you. What the twist on this is we're going to make those teams. We're going to register online. We'll have the link in there as well. But we will have one workout the week prior to the competition that is going to factor into the overall competition. And so each athlete from the team will have to complete that workout. Their scores will tally up to one total team score, and that is going to do something for your team going into the day of competition. So I'm not going to give it all away, but you'll have to do a workout the week before. We'll make sure that it's all scheduled and everything for you. The competition will be $60 per team. That's $20 a person. We will have shirts, and there is a trophy, if you will, awarded to the winning team of RX and Scaled.
What is that trophy?
We still have some
Wait,
things
so there's
in the
a
works.
Scaled.
There's a Scaled division. I did mention that already, yes.
So how does that work with people who've been doing it for a long time? Is there going to be enough Scaled people?
Yeah, no, it's a choice.
Oh.
The experience level has to develop the teams, but there are athletes that want to go Scaled, right? They're not looking to go maybe. It's more like for us in house, it's going to be kind of like comp and fitness. So maybe you train more on the fitness side of things, and there's a lot of athletes that have been doing CrossFit for a while that they do fitness. So that would be the Scaled division. RX division would probably be more on the comp side of things.
So and I'm excited to see how you guys go about, because I'm not involved in this at all in terms of programming or planning, but how you guys do program around this, because obviously you got to think, how are you going to incorporate the people who haven't been doing this as long? Like maybe obviously there might be movements that they can't do because they haven't been doing it for very long. Like thinking of the rookies.
Yeah.
Incorporating them and making sure that they not saying that they won't contribute to the team, but making sure that they, have this set thing that they have to do, while as the experienced people have a set thing that they have to do. You know what I mean?
No, there's going to be a lot of strategy involved. I always like a strategic workout, strategic comp. That's considered, right? Somebody with under 16 months of experience, even if you come in pretty athletic and pretty hot, you probably don't have everything figured out yet. So to consider that, we're definitely going to consider that. And so the programming will have, we're still going to have, say, muscle ups or handstand push-ups, but there might be other factors in that workout that are just going to have to be done. It doesn't always mean easier. Let's just say, and I'm freestyling here. I don't know what the workouts are just 100% yet. But if there's a workout with handstand push-ups and your new person who's RX isn't very well at those, but there might be a bike involved, they're going to have to eat up a lot more of that bike. And that doesn't mean it's easier. That might be the harder part of that workout.
A way you could do this, and this is just an idea, but somehow incorporate weight into body weight into the comp. So, and I'm not saying that your weight gives you a score, but so typically a more advanced athlete is going to be able to do a higher percent of their body weight in certain movements.
Right.
So say maybe for a workout you have the beginner or the rookie using 50% of body weight, whereas the intermediate uses 60 and the expert uses 70.
No, that's definitely a consideration. But I mean, I think that might fall a little more under the scale division to make that a little bit more appropriate. You got to think. I mean, if you're going RX, there's a lot of athletes within the first 16 months. So that's a little over a year. that can do a lot of things already. So I want to say, like, keep in consideration, like Madison. Madison's still under 2 years. Now, she doesn't fall into that, 16
No
month.
way. What? 2 years?
Rochelle and Aubrey just hit 2 years, like a couple months ago.
No, they were here before me. I think she joined about the same. She joined before me.
She was
joined in
after
February.
she was after Rochelle and Aubrey quite a bit.
And I was after them,
Right.
for sure.
How long are you?
February of 2018.
So, okay, you just hit 2 years.
Yeah. Well, just. I was at the beginning. I was about 2.5 years.
Well, this whole year has thrown me off because it's so crazy. Like, we're almost towards the end of it, but I'm thinking anyway, 2020 is just crazy. But, yeah, she falls into the second category, but it's not like, okay, think about when she was at 15 months, 16 months. She was still pretty good and could have been RX for sure. So, yeah, I think there's some new, and that all is going to be considered. And so we may alter that a little bit to see where everything lands, but as of right now, those are the ideas. So you got to have a team of 3. They can be 3 guys, 3 girls, 2 guys, 1 girl, 2 guys. That's the same thing I just said. 2 girls, 1 guy. And there's an RX division. There's a scale division. We'll have more up this week on movements. So if you're not real sure, maybe you want to wait a little bit longer. But the sooner the better, because we do want to get those shirts in and ordered, and that'll be on those team registrations as well. And that's going to go live the 11th. So today's the 9th. In 2 days, we're going to go live with registration.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't be doing it. I'll be working pretty hard for TFX, so I don't really want to do that.
No, so I always look at these as, like, great, like, same thing as Love is a Battlefield. It's always been right before the Open. One of those kind of hype me up, push me a little harder. But at the same time, this is a team effort, so you're not going to have everything on your back, but you're going to get that taste of competition, and sometimes that fuels the fire a little bit. So anyway, that is those notes for, haven't named it just yet. And that'll be out soon enough too. What's it gonna be called?
I got it. It's going to be, it's going to be like a game show title. Mm-hmm. Never mind.
All right. Until next week, guys, always like and subscribe so you can stay up to date with all the information that we've got going on. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram, the Olympian Project. And, man, anytime you got any questions, comments, please push them forward on any one of those platforms. And one of the big things we're going to have next week, we are going to have Michael from Ancestral Supplements and Corey as well. And we're going to be talking about the Ancestral Games coming up September 19th of this month. It's coming close. The qualifiers wrapping up. And we're going to be out there on the 19th putting together some pretty cool video for that as well. So next week we're going to be meeting with those guys and talking about it and Ancestral Supplements. So until then, guys, be your Olympian. Climb that mountain.
Yeah.